unfortunately, the pre-programmed operating system of most Christians is replacement theology. It's just, it comes kind of built in almost because we've had it for so long in the church. If you ask the average Christian, what did the Jews do in the New Testament? They killed Jesus. They rejected Jesus, you know, which is just fascinating because that's the answer you'll get probably 90% of the time. But we don't think, what did the Jews do in the New Testament? Oh, the Jews. Well, Jesus was a Jew. All of his disciples were Jews. The entire early ecclesia, what we would call church, was Jewish for the first little bit until Acts 15. We really started making a decision to let Gentiles come in. But our inclination doesn't go there. We're already pre-programmed with this like anti-Jewish theology, and that's hard to work out of people's understanding. That's knee-jerk reaction. How do people understand the Old Testament? The Old Testament was in some ways a different God. It was a different system. It was law. It was angry God, vengeful God, and Jesus really came to do away with that. He came and ushered in grace. So we're not under law anymore. We're under grace. And so helping people understand, well, the word that we translate law is Torah. Torah could also be translated instruction. It could be translated teaching. It could be translated as Bible. You ask someone in Israel right now, do you study Torah? You're not asking, do you study law? You're asking, do you study the Bible, like the word of God? So did Jesus do away with the instruction of Moses? No. Did he do away with the teaching of Moses? No. So why do we think that he did away with the law? So we get into these areas, and I've noticed, and I think it's human nature, we all want things to be black and white. Whether it's Israel-Palestinian conflict, whether it's Old and New Testament, it's just easier to make it black and white. And we really wrestle with the tension that we often have to wrestle with in order to find God's heart. And I talk about it all the time with Israel. To wrestle with God is uncomfortable, is intimate, and we have to embrace it. We can't push it aside and say, just give me the one of the two extremes. And if you look at the story of Israel, even whether it's modern day Israel today or ancient Israel, who's Jacob is at both times not the most moral person in the Bible, and yet God's chosen instrument and the one he makes a covenant with.